everyone, my name is Heron Steel, and this is going to be my first StarCraft 2 commentary. It's going to be a 1 versus 1 on the map Blistering Sands. I am actually spawning as the blue Protoss on the bottom left hand corner, and my opponent is going to be Vic, the red Protoss on the top right hand corner. Now this is a Gold League match, so it's pretty amateur play, but I hope you guys enjoy it nevertheless. I know there are a lot of people who are in my skill level, and sometimes it's helpful to see what people in your own skill level are capable of. So I hope you guys learn a few things, and even if you don't, even if you're in the Platinum League, maybe you can just have a few laughs at the noobs playing this game. Well, anyways, let's get the commentary started. So this is Blistering Sands, and both of us selected random actually from the start. So I have no idea what he is, and he has no idea what I am. So we're both going underway here. I see that we're both putting down pylons at this choke point right here, which is fairly common for Protoss players to do, as I'm sure most of you already know this by now. You can wall off this choke here, and then use the rocks right here as your new front entrance, and you can expand fairly fast and have a secure natural that way. So now I know that he's Protoss as well, and he sees that I'm Protoss. And we're both getting off to fairly normal starts. He's going for a gateway and a forest to block his choke off. I think I go for 2 gateways to block my choke off. And then I'm getting my gas, so fairly standard play, I think. If you note, I am actually ahead in the harvester count, so my opponent is falling behind in the harvester count, and it's gonna start adding up. He's chrono boosting his workers now to catch up, but it is 14 to 11 now, and you can see that I'm ahead by about 100 minerals or so. And he's still getting his first gateway, and my first one just spawned as well. I'm getting a zealot in case he decides to march on over with his zealot. It'd be pretty useless because I have my ramp walled off, but just in case. At this point, I thought that he was going to grab his expansion fairly quickly, so I was worried about getting my expansion up. So I was chrono boosting my workers to stay ahead of the economy. As you notice that he has actually caught up. Now I'm only 1 harvester ahead, so I'm chrono boosting my workers to make sure I have a good economic lead, or I keep up with him if he does expand earlier than I do. But so far it looks like my opponent has not expanded. My opponent has got the cannon here to if I decide to push out, this one cannon probably keep all my forces away, and that is a good idea. And he has a pylon here, so in case I try going through the back doors, he'll have ample notice. And one thing I didn't notice is that his probe is just showing in my base. It has view of this. Well, it doesn't have view of that cliff, but nevertheless, it's still pretty bad that he has a scout on my base. And I should have scouted this probe out and took it out, because he could have easily proxy pyloned once he got warp gates. So you never want to have that. So that's a pretty amateur mistake, a pretty noob mistake by me. And I should have scouted my have vision of most of my base, so something like this doesn't happen. And then I did place a pylon here in case he does try to kill these rocks. I have a a way of warping in some units and stopping his expansion. Or in case a battle does take place somewhere in the middle of the map, I can just warp in a couple of zealots or stalkers here and flank him. Now he is getting another cannon here to stop to defend his rocks in case I try to break it, which is also another good idea, because the cannon is on the high ground, and I would have need to have vision of this high ground for me to even see the cannon. So it's a good idea. And he's just getting cybernetics core and researching gateways, or warp gates should I say, and I have my cybernetics core out about the same time as him, and I'm also researching warp gates. I also am pretty blind about what's going on in his base, and since I can't make it through this front door because of that cannon, I decided to get a robotics facility out and get a pump out an observer so I know what's going on, because as you'll see later on in this game, scouting is very, very important, and information is everything. So, and if you've noticed, I'm still ahead in the harvester count, and I'm still ahead in my income by several minerals, and even in the gas. So, but looks like it'll be changing since he just got his natural. And well, look at this, he's got 3 gateways now as opposed to my 2. And my tech just finished, so I should be getting gateways, morphing these into gateways very soon. And I'm getting a Stargate I'm thinking about pumping out some Void Rage at this point, you know, hoping that, you know, I can maybe do a Nexus snipe. I know, kind of cheesy, but you know, this is the Gold League and cheese like this does happen sometimes. So, and then I have my observer moving off across the map to get into his base to see what's going on. And I have my own natural up because I was afraid that I was going to fall behind the economy, but I mean, as you can see, I didn't have anything to worry about since he's not really pumping any harvesters out. Well, he is, but at a very, very slow rate. So I'm constantly producing probes, you know, staying ahead in the harvester count because, you know, once this natural goes up, I want to be able to saturate it right away. And at this time, I think I'm going to kill the rock soon. And I'm pumping out a warp prism right now. Actually, sorry, pumping out a warp prism to you know, maybe warp in some units behind his base right here to do some damage on his mineral line. That's you know, fairly common. Protoss players will usually do this, especially, you know, at the Gold League, and something you do want to watch out for. So, you know, you want to have a good vision around your base so something like that doesn't happen. But you know, it's also a good strategy. So, you know, if you know your opponent isn't, you know, doesn't have good base awareness, you can easily exploit it by getting a warp prism in the back of the base and, you know, just warping a few zealots or stalkers or whatever and just sniping some probes. It does good economic damage and, you know, it builds up over time. Right, so I'm still pumping Void Rays. You know, both their armies are fairly small. I'm actually ahead by about 11 units, so that's good. And I'm getting a forge. I'm gonna get my upgrades, and I'm throwing down 2 more gateways. So, you know, since I don't want to be caught off guard. And my opponent is pumping his own observer to, and it's rallied right to the front of my base, I think. So, oh, yep, right here. So, you know, he's trying to get some scouting information as well. But at this point, I would say that, you know, he's pretty much stuck inside his base. Well, so am I, but I do have this proxy pylon right here. And I'm getting my observer out too. This is my second observer. The first one I lost to a very rookie mistake. You know, I had it pathing straight to his base, and they got shot down by this cannon. So, you know, this time I'm going to go around his base to, you know, hopefully he doesn't have cannons back here because I'm not aware of anything that's in this region right here. And my opponent